Hello folks, welcome to Branson Guided Fishing Trips weekly fishing report for Table Rock Lake. Today is Sunday, June the 30th. A little bit about what's going on. You know, the lake's still high. It's 921.04, I believe is what it was about an hour ago. You know, they're running a lot of water from Beaver into Table Rock, but Bull Shoals is about at capacity, so, you know, they can't keep the floodgates open and running a lot of water from Table Rock through Taneycomo into Bull Shoals. They had the floodgates open for 2 or 3 days, then they shut them down, and they're still running, you know, water, but it's not a lot. You know, they're running in the morning hours, you know, till about noon, 1 o'clock. They're running 1 to 2 generators, and then they're bumping it up to 3 and running 3, you know, most of the afternoon and the evening, and then either shutting it off like they plan on doing tomorrow morning, or running 1 generator until about 11 or 12 o'clock, which is good as far as Taneycomo goes and Table Rock. There's still quite a bit of floating debris. You know, it's as long as you pay attention, it's not that big an issue. But a little bit about what's working, what's not working. You know, we're catching a lot of fish on a deep diving crankbait and a Kitech swim bait. They're on pretty much this exclusively. It's a Spro Fat Papa. This is the 70. This is the only color I've been throwing. It's called Sun Lavender Shad. It's kind of a purplish back with a purplish gray back with blue glitter and a chartreuse pearl side. They really like it. Catching a lot of those fish, not only in the James River arm, but in the lower White and in the mid-lake area, which is the Kimberling City area. You know, that water's just got good color to it. It's not totally dirty, it's not totally clean, it's just good color. It's what we call James River color for the most part. Now when you get up the river, you know, ways, it does start getting dirty. That color hasn't pulled down yet, but you know, the fish are biting. Fish are biting a crankbait, fish are biting a 3.3 and a 3.8 Kitech swim bait on a 1/2 ounce and 3/4 ounce scrounger head. And then the other thing we're catching a lot of fish on is a drop shot. And, you know, we're catching a lot of fish on a drop shot plum, chompers drop shot worm, as well as a brown and purple laminate and a morning dawn dream shot Strike King mate. It's a real good little bait. A lot of the fish I'm catching on a drop shot, I'm catching the first 2 hours of the day on gravel on the bottom or just off the bottom. And then it's like those fish either suck down and you'll move around and you'll catch 1 or 2 and ignite the school again, or I'm catching a lot of fish suspended. You know, a lot of those fish are suspended 15 to 25, and they may be over 60, 80, 100 foot of water or out of trees. In the last week, I've started catching quite a few fish out of the tops of deep timber, you know, where those trees top out in 25 to 30 foot. They'll be suspended over them. They're not necessarily in them, but they're on top of them. That's been the most consistent deal throughout the day. But the swim bait and the Spro Fat Papa 70, and I'm sure there's other deep diving crankbaits that'll work, but that's my favorite. And I'm throwing the swim bait and the crankbait in the same areas. You know, a lot of the fish we're catching are suspended, but in the same areas, you know, bluff ends, main lake and secondary points, in the major creeks, and up in the rivers on flats. A lot of the fish I'm catching up the James are on main lake flats, where you might fish 200 yards and find 2 sweet spots that have a whole bunch of fish on them. So brush piles up the river have still been good. There's a lot of fish in and around the bushes. You can catch on a 1/2 ounce and a 3/8 ounce pig sticker. Either brown and purple or black and blue have been good colors for us in a jig, and I'm just tipping it with a Zoom Speed craw or a Chompers Twin Tail 5-inch grub. There's a lot of different ways to catch them. It's just what you're comfortable doing and how you want to do it. But that's what we're doing. You know, the fishing is good. It's for for summertime fishing, it's as good as it's going to get. I look for it to get better if this water will ever stabilize, and you know, those thermocline will continue to form, and those fish get exactly where we need them to catch them deep the rest of the summer. But for right now, you know, keep your boat in anywhere from 20 to 25 on gravel off the bottom, or, you know, get out there on those suspended fish. And if you don't want to throw a crankbait or swim bait, you know, drop shot's the deal. You can catch just about as many as you want to on a drop shot right now. So I don't know that there's one area of the lake any better than the other. If I had to pick my druthers, I'd rather fish in the James, the Lower White, or from Kimberling City to the dam. The dam area has actually been really good here the last couple weeks. So you can pretty much go wherever you want and catch fish. If you're looking for, you know, these crankbaits or any kind of tackle for your upcoming fishing trip, check out Sportsman's Factory Outlet here in Springfield. They've got about everything that you want, everything that you need. So until next week, good luck, good fishing, be safe on the water.